Hi, my name is Jasjeet. I lead the SMB business for India and SAARC for AWS. And as part of this role, me and my team, we focus on helping the SMBs across India and SAARC region tapping into the power of AWS Cloud to transform their business. There is a Zenov report on the Indian SMBs, and what they're forecasting is that the SMB industry today, which contributes to around 34% of India's GDP, is over the next 5 years going to grow to touch 50% of India's GDP. So that's a rapid scale up from 34% to 50%. And I reflected on my interactions with the SMB CEOs. To me, two things stood out as to what could be driving this really rapid growth. The first, I would actually say, is the growth mindset of the SMB CEOs. Every second CEO that I meet, by default, what they're talking is, how do I go national? How do I go global? So their aspirations are no longer satisfied by being the marquee player in that region. They really want to expand nationally and globally. And the second is the democratization of technology. So with cloud, today, the SMBs have access to the same technology, the same innovations, be it in the field of AI, ML, or any other aspects of technology. They've got access to the same features that the Fortune 100 companies have. And given the pay-as-you-go, pay for what you consume feature, it's available at a price point that works very well for them. I believe if you are an SMB CEO or a founder, and if you are not innovating in your business today, you might actually not be around in 5 to 10 years' time to have a business. And why am I saying that? Is, in my mind, 3 reasons. The first is the customers have changed. Today, India, as a land of 1.4 billion people, 800 million plus of them have a mobile phone. And right on their fingertips, they've got the internet access at pretty much the lowest cost of data outside, right? So 800 million subscribers out there, all accessing internet, all of them are now looking at a very different way to make their purchase decisions, and their expectations are going up from their business providers. So that's one. The second, every year, India has 20,000 new startups, all building their business on technology, all serving the same customers. The competition for the SMBs has changed. And third is your next door SMB is already on the journey to cloud as well. Because the research tells us that in the next 5 years, 90% plus of the SMBs would be on cloud. So to me, all of this put together is a recipe of saying, move to cloud today and innovate on your business. AWS today has 100,000 plus partners globally, and India happens to be, outside of US, the strongest partner network base for AWS. This is where, as AWS, we've actually brought in programs customized for SMBs like AWS Lift, as well as migration credits and so on. So we've got the right financial support for our SMBs available. As you get started, we'll work with you and we'll make sure we provide you with the same. When I look at AWS Lift, in my mind, I'm very clear. This is the biggest and the boldest investment in SMBs ever done in India. Under AWS Lift, every SMB will get an upfront commitment from AWS for access to AWS promotional credits up till an amount of $83,500, which roughly translates to around INR 70 lakhs. Now, INR 70 lakhs of credits, which can be retired against their AWS bill over the next 12 months. Now, what this does is any business out there who's got an annual turnover between 80 crore INR to 600 crore INR can tap into this program, get this upfront commitment, and on the back of that, start experimenting, start building on AWS. So the cost for you, whether you succeed or fail in experimenting on cloud, gets covered with AWS Lift. And that is the power of this financial support. We are very clearly focused on expanding our presence and focus in helping SMBs in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities of India to tap into the power of AWS Cloud and transform their businesses. This gets done by deploying people in the cities that are nearby for these customers. That gets done by investing in really enabling the local SIs in these areas who these customers have anyways been working with, enabling them on AWS Cloud. This also gets done by investing heavily in training the local talent pool, which could include tie-ups with colleges and so on, so that the students who come out of these regions are already well versed in cloud. So we are making sure that we've got the right people out there available for these SMBs, we've got the right partner network, we've got the right talent pool, as well as the right financial support available. We are very clearly focused on empowering the builders and businesses to build a better India. And in my experience, SMBs are actually out there innovating at the grassroots level to make a change in the society for the positive.